Hello again, I am Blunty. Welcome to part 2 of my full-on Wii U user review. That's a mouthful. Last time I looked at the hardware that comes in the box, and before I move on to the Wii U's interface and online community experience stuff, and of course my experience with the launch games I've snatched up so far, there's one more thing on the hardware side of things that it doesn't come with but is important, and I really need to look at it. The Pro Controller. You're going to purchase it separately, but it's probably an accessory that many will consider a must-buy, especially for local multiplayer games more complex than the Wii Remote-based Mario multiplayer or quick squirt party games. It's a serious controller for serious games. Whatever a serious game is. It can be broken down much like I did with the Wii U pad because the physical controls seem to be identical components, merely repackaged into a controller to deliver a more familiar and traditional feeling option to gamers. It's wireless, of course. Oddly, unlike the Wii U gamepad, which uses a proprietary charging port, the Pro Controller uses a standard mini USB connection. Weird, but extremely welcome. And unlike the Wii U gamepad's much assaulted 3 to 5 hour battery life, the Wii U Pro Controller's battery life reaches all the way up to 80 hours. That's 80, which is freaking awesome. And aside from all the nice things I've already said about the sticks, the D-pad, and the buttons when I was talking about them on the Wii U's screen-based pad in the first video of this series, the Pro also feels amazingly comfortable. Its shape is obviously inspired by the excellent comfort of the Xbox 360's pad. It's surprisingly light though, much lighter than the 360's pad and pretty close to the PS3's. The gentle curves and soft round corners fit really nicely in hand and remain comfortable throughout extended gameplay sessions. Hour after hour of intense Tekken play has already been clocked up on this controller, and hour after hour it reconfirmed itself as comfortable, reliable, absolutely twitch responsive, and exactly the right controller to be using. And now that I have clocked up much more use, I can absolutely stand by what I said in my first impressions hands-on commentary. This is one of, if not the, most comfortable controllers I've ever laid hands on. And I prefer the layout to the PS3's or the 360's. The symmetrically aligned thumbsticks sit right under the natural resting position of one's thumbs, and it's a much more pleasant arrangement to me than the down and in position on the PS3 or the asymmetric lopsided arrangement of the 360. And dropping my right thumb down to the excellent, if little, buttons feels just right. And again, the D-pad feels bloody fantastic. A perfected balance of spongy comfort and absolute nanosecond responsiveness. It's leagues better than the 360's or PS3's D-pads. And when you're playing arcade-type games or downloadable classics from consoles gone by, the symmetrical arrangement of the D-pad and buttons delivers the most consistent positioning and experience that you expect from controls in these games. And I've heard some people complain about the layout choices here, but once more, these people are probably talking right out of their ass and have never actually used it, and probably don't grok why Nintendo made the choices they did. In my moderately humble opinion, this layout is the most sensible and intuitive choice for both games that require twin-stick play and for classics that prioritize button and D-pad control. In both cases, this is the most comfortable and logical geography for the controls to be in. It just makes sense. If you don't agree, you're wrong. Basically, you're wrong. The Wii U's Pro Controller has thusly replaced the Xbox 360 controller as my preferred traditional gaming input. It honestly is just that good. And I speak as a man who has literally worn out the stick of his first 360 pad. Alrighty then, so between this and my first video of this series, that's pretty much all you need to know about the hardware side of things. Next time I'm looking at the joys and searing annoyances of the Wii U's user interface and online community experience. Till then, thanks for watching, I am Blunty, and I'll catch you next time.